You're in for this 12 of mine.
I had your background red, then your body missing. That's a passport picture.
What's up, Charlie? It's your boy Tree Teacher, recapping the battle between Ecribz and Mr Smif on the Lyrical was GH brand new battle rap platform for Ghana. Okay, so let's just get straight to the bars. Mr Smif goes first. His style, you can say he's more like he uses schemes, like an officer who is putting pieces of the crime together.
I am Inspector Bediakun. Do you want to tell me who you are flipping drugs for? You know where I'm from, officer. We don't snitch. Bet it was Flipper.
He done a scheme using Flipper's name and the word drugs, bars, and he put it together and it finished something like, if drugs behind bars, it's a Flipper's fault. Crazy scheme. Paul Smith scheme, Big T berating, Summer Madness, all red. Nice. He had the houses scheme, which for some reason, I will explain later, it did not hit as well. But if you take your pen and you write it closely, he had the mansion, flats, ranch, duplex, dope, and your bangers low. That was a nice scheme, but it did not hit. It did not catch. He finished off pretty strongly with the lab test, blood money results, as well as the cost you me, go play somewhere. Very strong first round from Mr Smif. Let us get into Ecribz's first round. So Ecribz comes out and straight starts to clown on Mr Smif. He said he listened to one of his songs and Mr Smif choked on the record. Good way to start. But let me tell you something. Ecribz is all about aggression. You know, if your father has been calling you for a long time and then he finally comes to where you are and then says,
"Want to send me friend? Oh, Debbie.
Send shots my way. I will reply with K, like cool story. Very nice flow. Nobody's story. I know this full story. I read your background. Then I have your body missing. Like a passport picture. Oh. Running through your crib. Looking for your other half. This Wesson never misses Smith. This Wesson's for Mr. Smif. Oh. At this time, he could have stopped and he would have won the round. But he lost some momentum. It's not a joke. He stumbled a little and then he just finished it with this, "I've just pissed on this little bitch. Who am I? R. Kelly." That first round, I am giving it clearly to Ecribz, purely because of the consistency in his delivery. He was landing shots after shots after shots. So that round is not debatable at all. Let us jump straight into round two. Mr Smif starts. His freestyling technique, A+. The things that he was saying off the top were crazy. Fire. His rebuttal for the American gangster #1 option is pray. Fire. His rebuttals did not stop there. In Ecribz's first round, he says he's got a Wesson for Mrs. Smif and this Wesson is for Mr. Smif. Mr. Smif rebutted that and said, "Mr. Smif keeps killing. That's to head for a body. When you see me bow, that's the bows. Oh yes, here is bow." This particular round, Mr. Smif, he left the F. I'm telling you. He comes back with another rebuttal, Ecribz's R. Kelly line and says, "You're in for this 12 of mine." Hey, who you name? Me, Johnson. You are in for this 12 of mine. Let us get into Ecribz's second round. L on your plate. You don't know how to ride around here. NTN reload. They will not see you glow again. Let me be honest. After hearing Mr. Smif's second round, I really expected Ecribz to step it up a second level because that verse from Smif, fire. But I started to realize Ecribz had nice lines. The more he carried on with his second round, the less and less the lines became good. But we were getting reactions as if his verse was better than Mr. Smif's. No, my nigga, no. I'm gonna give you the rest of Ecribz's second round anyways. He had a nice line which goes something like, "You tired of the body like the Michelin man?" Nice line. Then he starts to clown Mr. Smif about saying simple shit and thinking people don't get it. He starts to talk about his sword in the church and something about if he draws his sword in the church, everybody running. My nigga, Just stop with the overreacting. Ecribz did finish nicely in the second with, you probably had shots at the bar thinking you could give EL. Dope, dope, dope line. And then he finished with the, I went to the club to Blue Bands and something like that. Blue Bands is a margarine in Ghana. Second round, overall, I give that second round to Mr. Smif. No debating at all. Let's just run through round 3 quickly for both MCs. For me, I thought both MCs were a bit flat. Mr. Smif starts off rebuttaling Ecribz's margarine line and says, yellow, oil, hard, is that not margarine? Nice. He had a nice line about Ecribz's style, giving him disease, wordplay on disease, while people thought Ecribz is sick. Now he starts to talk about he should have brought more of his friends in a similar way to how Ecribz's people are there. You know, he talks about he should have brought more support for him so that they could react for his bars just like this. Defense rings a bell in front of Ecribz. Setup leading to the punch, crazy. Worst connect, bad flipper, nice. Then he finishes with take ribs out of Ecribz. You see he's a bone. Nice. Okay, so Ecribz's TED is mad short. For some reason, he felt like he didn't need to rap all of his verse. If he starts acting funny, then I will Smif. Nice. Then he takes an angle and asks Smif, who is Mike? And then, I'm not sure if he's talking about pedophilia and Michael Jackson, but he says if he puts his hand on Smif, is he going to call Mike, get boo, and he'll put down this mic like Joe Budden. Rounds. You will die in the second. You will die in a second. I have died. He thought he was going to die in the second. You're right. You're going to die in a second. Nice. Overall, I have this battle 2-1 to Ecribz. No 3-0s, no body bags. I just gave Ecribz the first and third rounds, with Mr. Smif taking the second round. Overall, it was a good battle. I've read some comments and I've seen people's opinions on Mr. Smif's explaining his verses. I mean, that's the guy's style. To me, I think Ecribz came out with more venom and was quick to the punch with what he was saying, and he didn't need to explain anything. But, you know, not taking anything away from Mr. Smif, very, very, very technically gifted MC. Just, he didn't bring enough to win this particular battle. Big shout outs to both MCs. Shout outs Mr. Smif, shout outs Ecribz, shout outs Lyrical Wars GH. Make sure you follow them. I am going to leave the battle in the description box below. So make sure you subscribe, you follow them, and you join the movement.